Hello, it's Steve Rennick. Now, today I want to talk about something that I've talked about briefly in other videos, but today I want to really focus on it, especially for construction workers. And that is, what should a construction worker do to document that they're injured on a job? Now, I've talked about different things in a bunch of different videos, but I want to really focus on what you should do because construction workers have different problems than all other workers. Because you're using machinery, you're using things that may not be the safest equipment in the world. So you want to make sure that if you're injured, that you document things regarding your injury. Your best friend in documented injury is this, your cell phone. There's a camera on it, obviously, that we've all used, but sometimes we forget to do those type of things. Because many times when a construction worker has a serious injury on the job site, there's no time to take pictures. You're taken to the hospital by ambulance or another co-worker. So you don't always have a chance to take a picture right then. But there's other people who can take pictures for you. So you want to make sure there's different ways you document it. Go back even after the accident. If it has to do with a piece of machinery, because sometimes you have faulty machinery. We all have gotten machinery from got the employers, and it doesn't have a guard protecting the blade on the saw, or you just know it's not safe, and it injures you. Well, there could be a claim against either a separate claim against the employer or the manufacturer of the machinery if it's not safe. So make sure that you take those pictures even after the fact. So you want to take the pictures. You also want to document it just in case. Text to your supervisor. Maybe your supervisor's not on a job at the time. Make sure you text the supervisor, somebody else in charge, the owner of the company, that you had an accident and you were injured on a job. Why do that? Well, because if they're not there to witness it, you never know if they're going to dispute that you had an injury on the job. Because you could have other employees that might have witnessed it, but I'll tell you what happens. What happens is they're still working for the employer and they don't want to get in trouble with the employer. So you can't always rely upon witnesses that are still working for the employer. So if you can, that's great. You have a friend there, somebody who's going to vouch for you, that's outstanding, but it's not always going to happen. So you want to make sure that you somehow notify the supervisor or the owner of the job. Even an email, you can do it right from your phone too. You have to have the email addresses to make sure when you go to the hospital to a primary care doctor, you give a history of how you were injured. Tell them how it happened at work. Don't lie that you haven't had prior problems if you have. Tell them about that history, but make sure you give a history that's injured at work. I don't know how many times I've had clients come in and said the employee told me not to say it happened at work, and I didn't do it because I didn't want to get them in trouble. Well, you just did. You got yourself more problems than you needed. So you need to make sure that you tell them about the accident you have, the parts of the body that you injured, and make sure that's all documented. Documenting accident can be of vital importance in the case. And I can't emphasize enough, especially in construction work. So make sure you do everything you can to document it any way you can. Even if it's not the same day, even the next day. Have somebody else go take pictures, write an email. Make sure you have something because you never know if you're going to need it as evidence. These are just some of the tips I give on my Facebook page, Florida Construction Workers Information Facebook page. I hope you join in, and if you ever have a question, go to that page, or you contact me at srennick@protectingtheworker.com. Protect yourself. Hope to see you soon.